What's up, my high vibrational individual? Expressions of source code on earth. I want to talk to you briefly today. Drop a nugget in your lap. Perceived value. So just finished my big workout this morning. As you guys know, exercise is exorcism. The more you exercise, the more you exorcism. But that's not what we're talking about today. So today, we're talking about perceived value. You know, like, what is your value? What is your worth? You know, there's market value, then there's perceived value, what you think it is, but then there's actual replacement cost value. So, like in the real estate market, there's different types of value. And so, if you don't understand your own worth and then your own value, then it's going to be determined by somebody else. And so, when we talk about being successful, again, just finished my workout. Let me talk about treadmill right quick. All right, I'm done. What's up, Sister Tina? And so, your perceived value versus the market value versus replacement cost value. So your value, your perceived value, how you see yourself, right, Sister Tina? How you see yourself is how other people see you. So if you don't see yourself as having worth and value, and again, I apologize, I just finished my morning workout here. So if you don't see yourself as having worth and value, nobody else will. And so it's very important, brothers and sisters, as we talk about perceived value and your real value. What determines your worth and your value? Like, who says, like this house, for example. So when we was purchasing this house, we had it built from the ground up, right? And who determined the worth and value of the property? Well, they use what is called replacement cost value. What's up, Sister Chantal? What's up? You standing tall, Chantal? What's going on, my sister? So, the perceived value of this house was determined by the market. Right, Sister Chantal? Sister Chantel? And so it's very important, brothers and sisters, that you got to determine what makes you valuable. And what happens, what do you do when your value takes a perceived decline? So what increases your value and what decreases your perceived? Notice it's perceived, it's not real. Your perceived worth and your perceived value. Again, I do apologize for my continued hygiene updating. I mean, I gotta, just finish my workout. So your value is determined by you. But thankfully, your value is determined by source. That simply means that source, God, put something inside of you that's the vibrational equivalent of him, her, or it. Now, I got to say that again because this is why most people don't win. So my life changed when I understood my true worth and my true value. That's not determined by men. It's not determined by no reverend, no doctor, or no bishop. It's not even determined more so by me. It's been predetermined. It's been predestined by source. And once you're able to understand your true worth and your true value, when you get to the point where you see the attributes and characteristics of your name, right, Sister Chantal? Sister Chantel knows. She's been a part of the life management system, going all the way back to the Eagles Club. And one thing about what I do for a living, how did I get here? I used to be homeless. Now I'm living in $1 million house. How did I get here? Well, I got here because as my mental self-image changed, my physical image changed. Y'all get it? Let me say it again for the people in the back. So as I changed how I perceived my own worth and my value, so where did I get it from though? Did I just make it up? A lot of people do. But if you make it up, you got to keep it up. You do. So if you make up your worth and value, ain't nothing wrong with it, but you got to keep it up. So my worth and value is not determined by my height or my weight or my looks, because then I got to keep it up, because my worth and my value is external. And so if I put on weight, people say, the Negro lost his value. If I increase, so if my value, is that Goddess Cheryl of the West? What's up, Sister Cheryl of the West? And so if my perceived worth and value is externally motivated, that simply means that my worth and value is determined by my maintenance of my externals. If my worth and value is inside of my height, I got to keep my height up. If my worth and value is in my weight, I got to keep my weight up. If my worth and value is inside of my house, and is not determined by the value of this house. My worth and value is not determined by my Corvette. Now, it's a nice vet, don't get it wrong, but my worth and value is not determined by that. So my perceived worth and value is determined by my innate attributes and characteristics given to me by God, by source, by the pleroma and the pleru. Man can't put a cap on that. You know what I'm saying? So what if you're perceived, just like the market? This house has a market value. This house also has what they call an appraisal value. That's the taxes is based upon. Then the house has a insurance replacement cost value. All three of them are different. When I got my tax return, or my county tax record from the county values this house at X amount of dollars. But then I noticed from the mortgage company, I got an appraisal. They determined the house at a totally different value. Then the real estate agent gave me a market value based upon what all of the other houses in this area are selling for. So which one is it? Now, the insurance company says, Mr. Rogers, we are only going to insure the property for the cost to replace the property with something of the exact same value. They're not going to insure the property for more or less than replacement cost value. So how much does it cost to replace you, my brother? How much does it cost to replace you, my sister? So do you know your own replacement cost value? Do you know your own, let's say, tax roll value that they tax you and they charge you every month? And do you know your own market value? So the world has a way of setting up value, but God has a way of setting up value as well. So source code had made you. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You have innate attributes and characteristics. So my confidence is not shaken when something external happens, because it doesn't decrease nor increase my value. Now, the man may say that it does. So if you win the lottery, what happens? You become more valuable. Do you? Not really. Y'all read The Curse of the Lottery Winners? Almost every lottery winner that's poor, when they get $10 million, what happens? They go right back to being poor. How's that possible? Let me get this right. You could win right now enough money to take care of you and your family for the rest of your life. But usually within a year or two, and Google The Curse of the Lottery Winners. Every lottery winner that was poor, when they received the 10, 20, 30, $100 million, a year later, they right back to being poor again. Because you see, brothers and sisters, money is not paper. Money is worth, self-worth, self-image. So today's message is the most important message. This nugget is the most important message in your entire life. Because your worth and your value is not appraised, it's not valued, it's not calculated correctly. Most people perceive that their worth and value comes from their externals. That's not true. Your worth, and my value comes from my creative, imaginative, communicative productivity. What does that mean? That just simply means that when you add the day, the month, and the year that I was born, it equals the number 33. Then you can go and type in what is the meaning of the number 3. That's your worth and your value. So God uses signs and symbols. We call it letters and numbers. These signs and these symbols, they contain attributes and characteristics of God that activates the 22 amino acids inside of the body that make you come alive. It makes you animated. You are a spirit. Now you have possession of a soul and you manifesting it through a body. That's you. So that's your worth and your value. But what if you don't know your soul or your spirit? Then you can't control your body. So your body is controlled by you. But unfortunately, most Alkebulans and non-Alkebulans that I talk to, they don't know how to properly calculate their own worth and their value. So when they get hit, it shakes their confidence. Let's say your worth and value is in your family, and you, God forbid, but something happened to your family. Let's say your worth and value is in your job. God forbid, but something happened to your job. Let's say your worth and value is in your house. Nice house. God forbid, but something happened to your house. Let's say your worth and value is in your car. God forbid, but what if something happened to your car? So what if your worth and value is in something external? Well, that can be taken from you. So what if your worth and value is in something internal? That can't be taken from you. You are the only person that can remove your self-talk. So my worth and value comes from the talk that I have with myself every day. Every day, all day, I tell myself, dog, you the baddest thing since sliced bread. You know what I'm saying? But where does that come from, though? Sister Tina, I'm not just making this up. No, I'm not just making it up. Where did it come from? It came from my innate attributes and characteristics. So those innate attributes and characteristics is what I do for a living. So this is my board. I have this on my wall. I keep this on my wall, Goddess Cheryl of the West. I keep this on my wall, Sister Chantal. I keep this on my wall, Sister Tina. It's a constant reminder, just in case I have a stupid attack and I start to doubt my own worth and my own value. I remind myself every mother beep day that I am a generator. I am an operator and I am a director. I don't have to call T.D. Jakes or Creflo Dollar. I don't have to call Joel Osteen. I don't have to call no Cudendero. I don't have to get my palm read. I don't need my mama, my daddy, no monkey, no squirrel, no mother beep. I can determine my own worth and value, Sister Tina, because greater is he that's in me than he that's in the world. So, no, I don't need no pick me up because I understand, my dear Kenia. I know that I am divine by design. This shit is not an accident, Goddess Cheryl of the West. So I understand my mind metaphysics because I know this is what determines my worth and my value. So I know that this is runic rules. So you can't rule if you don't understand the ritual that's come from your rune. Or a rune is nothing but this. So my date of birth tells me I am a 336. And I'm a 123, and I'm a 213, and I'm a 549. But that don't mean jack shiznits if you don't know what it means. So all I do every day is help people understand their own worth and their own value. Because man is name. Name is man. If you don't know your name, then you can't be a man or a wombed man. So you got one job to understand your own worth and your own value. Because once you establish your own worth and your value, look at what makes the sword. Words create the sword. But this is my sword. Notice the handle of the sword. Notice this is where you put your hand at. That protects the hand. And then this is what slices and dices, mother beep. That's a long beep. So you are a sword. And you will have a shield. So you don't need no reverend doctor, no bishop. You are a sword and you are a shield. Your name is the handle. Your niche protects the name, and the narrative is what creates your worth and your value. Your narrative is your story. No story, no glory. Your story establishes your glory. And all of these numbers right here, that's your shield. That's the shield. The Bible talks about put on the full armor of God. That's what it's talking about, boo-boo. The full armor. You're supposed to put on the full armor. But we walking around asking some Reverend Dr. Bishop to break it down for us. You got to break it down for yourself. So my brothers and my sisters, it's time for you to operate and vibrate according to your individual, unique, God-given design. Because guess what? That's how you shine. All right, y'all. I love you. Y'all know ain't nothing you can do about it. I got to go take a shower. You know what I'm saying? I got things to do. I got stuff to do, Sister Cheryl. I can't stay over here and just gossip with you all day. I love you. Sister Chantal. Sister Chantal. Don't make me come look for you. Because I know where you live. You know what I'm saying? Don't make me come look for you, Sister Chantal. I need you to show up. You need to be in every class. You know what I'm saying? It's time for you to grind and shine. All right, y'all. Appreciate you. Love you. See you at the top. God bless.